Hello there. As I wander around my local supermarket, it looks much the same as it did last year, but I'm not sure about the banana situation. Firstly, please subscribe and like this video to give my channel a boost. And I'm always uploading new content, so please do check back daily. And a big thanks to my Patreon and PayPal supporters. All that foretelling of Brexit doom and gloom, with images being conjured up of people engaged in pitched battles in supermarkets for the last bog roll and tin of baked beans. But I'm a regular user of 4 supermarkets in my local area, and they all look as well stocked as they were at any time in the past. Lots of meat, eggs, fruit and veg, and other items like milk, shampoo and hand lotions. And the only time I saw empty shelves was when the COVID-19 panic buyers were out in force. So the supermarket buyers are still able to source the goods locally and from abroad, but there is the question of bananas from Ghana, which I'll come on to. Now, the new Irish sea border between Great Britain and Northern Ireland, yes, there is one, whatever the UK government tries to tell you. That border has thrown up some problems, and initially there were reports of empty supermarket shelves in Northern Irish shops. But after a quick internet search, most of the stories now appear to be a couple of weeks old, and the Prime Minister Boris Johnson and his team are assuring us that all is getting back to near normal in Northern Ireland. Now, I'm not claiming all is sweetness and light, but it appears progress is being made on normalising the situation. But with Chris Slowey, the managing director of Manfreight, saying that although supermarket shelves are well stocked, consumers in Northern Ireland might see price rises and less choice. And also that while his lorries leave Northern Ireland full, many return empty due to firms in Great Britain reducing the amount of goods they send to Northern Ireland. Now, the BBC reports that, and it is the case that some difficulties have been solved. This week, HMRC was able to remedy an anomaly that meant Northern Irish businesses importing steel were facing tariffs of 25%. Problems with the transport of mixed loads of food, known as groupage, are also being tackled with a successful test run from Liverpool to Belfast last week. A VAT issue for the second-hand car trade has also been resolved, but UK ministers and officials know there is more to do. Yes, there is a lot more to do, and I hope that the Minister for the Cabinet Office, Michael Gove, is on top of this. But while the UK is working hard to make this work, the same cannot be said for the EU, notably France, it seems. The stories emerging from the fish trade is that the border officials are doing all they can to delay time-sensitive fish products to make them worthless in transit. Writing in the Mail, David Jones says, French customs officials' post-Brexit dirty tricks on British fish are revealed. Lorries are being impounded because a full stop is misplaced or a box's declared weight is a kilo out. And he tells us about Brixham Port fish exporter Tim Perks, who would normally snap up cuttlefish to whiz over to the EU and sell for a nice profit. But, says the author, since January the 1st, however, when cynical French customs officials began using every rule in the Brussels bureaucratic book to delay British fish entering the EU, he hasn't bought a single box. And it turns out that the French like to keep the produce on hold for the most minor of reasons they can find. These officials need to be brought to heel by their bosses, but one wonders if their bosses are actually encouraging them. So I think it's time to remind people what Article 8 of the Lisbon Treaty says, the article that dictates how the EU member states are meant to treat their non-EU neighbours, meaning us in the UK. The first paragraph of Article 8 says, "The Union shall develop a special relationship with neighbouring countries, aiming to establish an area of prosperity and good neighbourliness, founded on the values of the Union and characterised by close and peaceful relations based on cooperation. And as far as I'm concerned, overzealous and bureaucratic officialdom is not cooperation. Then there's the Brexit Treaty itself, where in Article 3 it says, "The parties shall, in full mutual respect and good faith, assist each other in carrying out tasks that flow from this agreement and any supplementing agreement. They shall take all appropriate measures, whether general or particular, to ensure the fulfilment of the obligations arising from this agreement and from any supplementing agreement, and shall refrain from any measures which could jeopardise the attainment of the objectives of this agreement or any supplementing agreement." The objectives of the agreement are trade and cooperation, because that's what it says on the tin. It's a trade and cooperation agreement. And once again, overzealous officialdom is not cooperation, and it's not helping trade. And it's not just the French either. The Dutch have been confiscating UK lorry drivers' packed lunches. Can you imagine the furore if the UK got up to these sorts of antics? And I bet it'd be wall-to-wall press coverage if we did. All I can say is that if the EU wants to make any deal they have with us as hard or harder than a no-deal Brexit, then maybe that's where we should be headed. Now to bananas from Ghana. The Independent reports that at least £100,000 of tariffs have been slapped on fair trade bananas from Africa because of Brexit, prompting mounting anger that farmers face ruin. Now, the UK and Ghana had been in talks at the end of last year to roll over the terms of the deal we had once the Brexit implementation period ended. But it wasn't until the 31st of December, the last gasp as it were, that according to the Department for International Trade, the UK and Ghana reached a consensus on the main elements of a new trade agreement. This provides the basis to replicate the effects of the existing trade relationship between the UK and Ghana. And it goes on to say, the intention is for the agreement to provide duty-free and quota-free access for Ghana and the same preferential tariff reductions for British exporters as provided by the arrangement that is currently in force. But this is not an agreement, it is an intention, as the DTI statement said. We intend over the next few weeks to finalise the text of the agreement to reflect progress made in relation to rules of origin, cumulation agreements, time-bound commitments, provisions for development cooperation and commitments to human rights and good governance. Therefore, the following day, the 1st of January, the UK and Ghana went straight onto WTO terms and tariffs were applied to bananas entering the UK from Ghana from that point on. That means for every 1,000 kilograms of bananas imported, a tariff of £95 is due. And Bloomberg reports that the tariff on the first shipment that came into the UK was £17,500. And Banana Link quotes the managing director of Volta River Estates Limited, Hoob van der Broek, saying, "It's obvious that Volta River Estates Limited cannot survive this increase in duties, not even in the short term." And he added, "This is happening at the same time that we agreed with the unions to increase the salaries towards the fair trade base rate starting in January 2021. The choice they have is to soak up the cost, which they've said they can't, not export them to us, or put the price of bananas up. Now these are fair trade products, and I'd rather have children in the UK snacking on low-priced, healthy bananas than on crisps. So it does puzzle and anger me a bit that we're playing stringently by the tariff rules here. We're endangering the livelihoods of farmers and workers in a poor region and charging tariffs on goods we do not grow ourselves. We have no banana industry in the UK to protect. Come on, Boris Johnson and Liz Truss. We've got a deal in the pot, so waive those tariffs. We are not overzealous EU officials. Let's be better than that. Anyway, if you want to hear more from me, please don't forget to subscribe and also press that little bell, or you won't get any notifications. And if you want to see more of me, buy a mug with my mug on it by following the link in the descriptions box below and support me on Patreon or PayPal. So what do you think about empty shelves and bananas? Please share and comment, and thank you for watching.